There was something else that's obviously been in the news quite a bit over the past couple of days. Disney are, well, they seem to be kind of imploding, but at the same time, there's power struggles at the highest levels, and Bob Iger, I think, has made his most recent earnings report, and had a call with his investors to outline his strategy going forwards, and it seems to be fire a bunch of people, like make money, trim costs, somehow get the company profitable again. Because, damn, Disney Plus has lost like 2.5 million subscribers. That's not great. That's
No.
not great stuff.
It's safe to say it's now official. What we've known for ages is now official. It's like, there you go. It failed. The streaming experiment failed miserably. I mean, we've
And
had a couple
remember,
of confirmations anyway.
That's them skewing the numbers in the most
Yes.
positive direction possible. Okay,
Well,
like
yeah.
we're not counting
Well,
all the paused subscribers who are basically people who left, but their name is still in the system. Andre knows about that one. The
Absolutely.
CBS All Access pulled that off. We already know Warner Brothers, because they had to open their books for the sale, got busted fudging numbers. Yeah, so that's the positive spin. How bad is it really going? I mean, well, we know they're restructuring everything, and 7,000 people, which is a drop in the bucket to
Right.
Disney, have lost their jobs because of this, which sucks. You know,
It's 3% of their total workforce, actually, because the total workforce of Disney is around 200,000 something. So I read some calculation that 3% of the total workforce has to go. So obviously, like the Bob Chapek distribution division, that's mostly gutted already. But the rest is going to come from a little bit here and there. But a really big thing, because Iger basically said that, yeah, they're kind of going to cut their way to profitability. And Iger's problem is that he has put so much pride and so much of his legacy into Disney Plus. Now, as you guys already said, the streaming model for Disney Plus, like, is failing across the board, but it's especially failing for Disney Plus because they gambled so much on it. And what he revealed is that, or rather what he doubled down on, is that from 2024, from next year, he promises that there's going to be money in Disney Plus. The number of subscribers, even though there's no real growth. Now, to be fair, like that 2.4 million loss of subscribers, that's mostly in India, because they lost like this batch thing right there.
Hotstar.
Yeah, exactly. In North America, there is still growth. However, it is anemic, and that is even with all of the tricks in the books. So probably there's a detraction of subscribers there as well. So they were able to paint a picture of it's actually grown by 200,000 in this quarter, which is anemic for one thing, and it's probably not true, not really for the other. So, but still, they have blown so much money on content for Disney Plus. So the only way they can make this profitable is by making cuts. And to me, the big thing that Iger announced was that they're going to cut the pot for content creation across the board. This is Marvel, this is Star Wars, this is Pixar, this is everything. It's going to be cut by $3 billion.
So does that mean less content or just lower quality content?
Yes. What it means is that it means two things.
We're already getting that.
We can't go much lower.
Yeah.
We've had She-Hulk.
Yes.
It's going to be less money for each individual thing. Like, for instance, in She-Hulk, you saw how they were like joking that just turn the camera way over here while we make the transformation, because we don't have money for it. They may have been half joking then. They're not going to be joking for going forward. So, because there's going to be less money for each individual project that they are making. But so many things that they were planning on making are just going to have to be scrapped. Because think about it, $3 billion. That's essentially the cost of a full Marvel phase that won't be made now in the next 5 years.
Isn't the total, like, they need to cut 5.5 billion?
Across the board, yeah. And the 7,000 employees they're cutting, they're part of that. But specifically, just for content creation, this is what we're going to see on screen. That's $3 billion.
we can kiss goodbye to that Ryan Johnson Star Wars trilogy then.
I think we
guess.
can.
Oh no!
Not
What
only
a shame.
that, you may even kiss goodbye to the Leslie Headland Acolyte series. Maybe they don't have money for that. They
Well,
certainly don't have, might not have money for Damon Lindelof's Star Wars project.
What happened to the Lando show? Remember the Lando show they announced?
Was it going to be
Oh,
him,
yeah.
him and
Oh,
the
Glow,
droid
right?
by Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
Yeah, there was supposed to be a solo Lando show done
They
by
probably
some
couldn't afford
critical race
Phoebe
theory
Waller-Bridge,
writer. Yeah.
because she probably was going to be like the real star of it, knowing Lucasfilm, right?
Well, I
Yeah.
guess this is the question then. Is this like a kind of backdoor way of saying like we're going to cut out all the woke shit that we've been
No,
pushing?
hell no.
Because you could, it would have been the perfect opportunity
It
for that. Just like,
would've.
well, we wanted to do this show, you know, but we just don't have the funds anymore, so we're gonna have to can it for now.
Yeah, no, that stays. Because if you all recall, I'd send you the clip if I had it here. But this was actually the day after Iger came back after his coup d'état of the company. There was like this Disney town hall, and he was asked about being good and moral and everything like that, and trying to balance this with what audiences wanted. And what he had to say is that we can't lose this. Like, Disney is all about being woke. No, he didn't use those exact terms. He basically gaslit everyone, and he spoke about like Disney's long tradition of like social messaging, which is total bullshit. They didn't have that until like the last 5 years. But he pretended that they always had that, meaning the modern day wokeness. And then he concluded with, we can't lose that. We just can't lose that, even if we lose money. And he basically said that, well, we can't be as woke. We need to make some level of money here. So it's going to be some give and take between what the audience wants and what we, the woke folk, wants. So, yeah, no, that ain't going anywhere. Maybe the only thing that's going to happen, and this is something that Kevin Feige said in another interview in a podcast with, I don't remember the name of the podcast, but he basically also said that what we have learned is that we have to entertain audiences first. It doesn't help what beautiful messages we put into the movies and the TV series if people aren't entertained. So we need to entertain people while pushing the message.
Yep.
So that's what they're going to
I
try
mean,
to do.
it's so funny that they had to learn that lesson. It's like you work for a fucking entertainment company, mate. What
I
did
would
you think
argue-
you were there for?
Yeah, it feels like entry level, but okay. fair
I
enough.
would argue that's what they think they're doing though. Like already.
Right.
Like they've already given enough ground. Like you know, they're going full steam ahead with Echo. Got delayed for a year, and that Harkness show, the Marvels, thank God, is coming out in a few months. Can't wait. I've got it marked on my calendar, counting the days like it's
Awesome.
Christmas.
Release the trailer, you fucking cowards.
Yeah. No, I guess we're getting one during the Super Bowl.
I think it, yeah, it will be. Is that this
Getting one
weekend?
during the Super Bowl.
I guess you are right, Gary, because like it was part of the fucking narrative in She-Hulk that they make the perfect content, right? The algorithm
Yep.
it just sorts it all out. It's like, how's that algorithm doing now?
Yeah.
Because I want it said as part of this whole thing with the whole streaming thing. Like, if they had made nothing but good TV and good movies, I still wouldn't have expected like super success with how much effort and money they put into it. But you know, sadly for them, they made a bunch of terrible shit, so it didn't really matter. Like the idea that you put out a whole bunch of, like, if all the Marvel movies and shows were really good, I don't know that they would have gotten the numbers they were looking for.